So this week's topic was music video mashups, and we have all been making our own music video mashup. I decided to use the song Salute by Little Mix, and then use juxtaposing shots of different music videos from videos that have a soldier and war theme to reflect the lyrics in the song. I also attempted to place clips that matched words in the song. So, for example, there's a part in the song that says, "Let me see your hands up and salute." And where she says salute, I tried to match this with a visual component that was a shot from Christina Aguilera's Candyman, where she is seen saluting in a sailor uniform. I have noticed that in many other music video mashups, this is a common convention, so decided to follow it. This week's reading was called A Dialectic Approach to Film Form by Sergei Eisenstein. The foundations of Eisenstein's philosophy is being, where there is a constant evolution from the interaction of two contradictory opposites, and synthesis, where opposition between thesis and antithesis is arising. He talks about this in the context of art forms, where conflict is the fundamental principle according to its social mission, nature and methodology. He then goes on to say that the dynamic process of art form is from expression through attributes of motion, soul and reason. The principle of expression is where rhythm arises as a conflict. He compares this to homogeneous ideology, where there must be a penetration of soul principle. Shot and montage are the basic elements of film according to Eisenstein. Earlier filmmakers regarded montage as a means of description by placing single shots, one after the other, like building blocks, similar to what I have done in my music video mashup. This causes what Eisenstein calls metric relationship, where montage is the unrolling of an idea with the help of single shots, similar to how in my music video mashup the single shots I have placed together tell a single story about how an army of women is recruited to feel empowered. The idea of montage comes from the perception of placing images on top of one another instead of next to each other. This results in what Eisenstein refers to as stereoscopy, where there is a superimposition of two or more non-identical two-dimensionalities, which results in stereoscopic three-dimensionality. The first picture impressed on the mind causes conflict with the subsequently perceived second picture. The next section of Eisenstein's essay discusses irregularity as the basis of all art, where the unexpected, surprise and astonishment is essential to maintain the characteristics of beauty, along with colour, which imparts our vision as a rhythm of vibration. The relationship between visual and acoustic vibrations transports us to the field of music. Eisenstein then explains the concept of visual counterpoints in film by distinguishing the spatial counterpoint of graphic art and the temporal counterpoint of music. By applying this concept to film, he highlights several problems in film grammar, such as graphic conflict, conflict of volumes, spatial conflict, and artificially produced images of motion. Some of these conflicts were noticed when I was making my music video mashup, where the sound and image conflicted, creating delays and pauses in their audio and visual content. Therefore, the basic premise of all this is that according to Eisenstein, the shot is by no means an element of montage, but a montage cell or molecule. Eisenstein explains that in this formulation, the dualistic division of subtitle and shot and montage leaps forward in analysis to a dialectic consideration as three different phases of one homogeneous task of expression. These three phases exist as a conflict of motives which include purely verbal utterance, gesticulatory expression, and thirdly, a projection of the conflict into space and mise-en-scène. Eisenstein then gives us a list of examples of these conflicts, which give us an understanding of the problem of film form, which are graphic conflict, conflict of planes, conflict of volumes, spatial conflict, light conflict, tempo conflict, conflict between matter, and viewpoints, conflict between matter and its spatial nature, conflict between an event and its temporal nature, and lastly, conflict between the whole optical complex. The form of conflict yields the first possibility of devising a homogeneous system of visual dramaturgy for all general and particular cases of the film problem. Eisenstein then lists a number of potentialities of dialectical development to be derived from the moving image arising from the superimposition of two different immobile images, and does this by using examples from his own films. Number 1. Each moving fragment of montage and photographed piece. Number 2. An artificially produced image of motion. Number 3. Emotional combinations not only with the visible elements of the shots, but chiefly with chains of psychological associations and association montage. Number 4. Liberation of the whole action from the definition of time and space. The most important aspects of this week's reading is that a dialectical system is the conscious reproduction of the dialectic substance of the external events of the world. The projection of the dialectic system of things brings us to the process of thinking that yields dialectic methods of thinking and dialectic materialism known as what Marx and Engels call philosophy. Montage is a key concept in this week's reading and is a way of creating a meaning for a world or idea that is not easily described pictorially through pictures and is a way of evoking feelings through relations between pictures. Montage can be used in films, for example the 1960 film Psycho. It can be used in daily life and music by remixing and mashing up. Something I have done in my music video mashup where I have integrated song and imagery from various music videos.